They've taken quite a hit during this pandemic, but one restaurant in Waconia is trying to mix things up a little bit. They're doing whatever they can to get more customers in to grab that curbside takeout. Now, this was one of our most talked about and shared stories online for good reason because this restaurant owner is amazing. And here's why. His name's Greg James. He's the owner of Iron Tap out of Waconia. And as you can see, he delivers his customers curbside orders in costume like this blue shark costume. And it's not just shark costumes either. His collection has grown. On any given night. James could be delivering food dressed as an astronaut, a dinosaur. He's even dressed like Darth Vader. And the restaurant's manager, Andrea, tells us that the customers are absolutely loving it.
I was very worried in the beginning as to what we were going to do, but this has just been wonderful.
The restaurant's been super busy too, which is great. During the day, the bars line from one end to the other with evening dinner orders and daily specials. I guess they run out by 2 o'clock. Now, his costume antics haven't just helped his business survive, they've allowed him to keep the payroll to all of his employees, with the exception of 2 high school part timers. And Greg tells us you have to make the most of any situation and try to smile. That's good advice. Our Sunrisers, like I said, love this story. Kelly says hilarious and the food is amazing. Shannon says way to think outside the box. And others like Darren here are even offering more costumes like this amazing cowboy riding a dinosaur. Love that costume. Now, customers, they love this so much, Chris, that they're actually starting to bring some of the costumes that they have to Greg to mix it up a little bit, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, that's totally awesome. But you know, the costumes only take you so far. The food must be great too, because that's why people really keep going back. Costumes just a little added extra. Thanks, Alicia.